So these were the January 7th trades where um, I had some execution errors and all that with the non-farm payrolls. So you're going to see various trades coming up. I think my first trades were around the 6 minute of the video, so you can definitely review that. It was a pretty wild news event where the volatility really did kind of shift. I'm trying to keep the videos a bit shorter, so I don't want to have too much of the market activity. But if there's a part where I let the video run, it's because I really want you guys to see the interactions on tape and on Dome. I mean, I think this is kind of like the real way to really have a good feeling for the markets, especially if you're new to how we trade with Dome and tape. So that was one little detail I wanted to mention here. Other than that, I think from the feedback I've got, I'm able to see that a lot of traders are kind of understanding what I'm planning to do. So I think I covered the ratio spreads a bit when I explained in various of my videos there. But again, this here is the chart of January 7th here. Um, it's 2 p.m. So again, this is the afternoon now, so the market is, most likely not the same kind of market once the news event kind of goes through. It is Friday as well, but it's good to just mention little details around that. So I just wanted to show you guys this quickly. Again, it just gives me a perspective of how ES is versus Nasdaq, and what I did here on TradingView here is I've just got the ES on a line chart, and as you can see, it's really not been moving much all day long. It's been in this consolidation after the move down we had at the open, and then move back into the opening range, and it's just very flat at the moment. So on this trade here, I basically got into an error with my execution. So I just wanted to add a quick audio over the video here, where it just shows you how, like, even I mean, in best trading conditions here, when I had the entry, I was right on the direction with Nasdaq, but I was actually long ES first, which I actually wanted to short, but then knowing the volatility, I was thinking that I was most likely be able to get out of it, which it did work out being an okay trade. So what I generally do is as I mentioned here, I'm trying to normalize the spread where I'm trying to get into maybe one or two or three ESs versus one NQ. And anyway, you'll see the video where it'll show you how I manage that. But it's one of those things where you know that the market's gonna have a reversion there, but it's just knowing that my direction at that time I didn't get it right, and I just didn't want to get out of the trade because I knew that I would most likely be able to kind of get out with a break even or even a small loss. So didn't want to take the loss like for $400 or $500 just to basically, um, and I know that I could have hedged it with NQ because what I could do then is if they're both moving lower, actually, I could just add two or three NQs and get, maybe 200, 300 profit out of that trade, and then get myself stopped out on NQ once the momentum kind of reverses. That's the whole purpose of having, again, sorry here. I'm just gonna show you guys this spread chart again, where you know that there's always one market that's leading, right? So in this case here, again, it's the afternoon, but we could see that Nasdaq is weak versus three ESs. So if I'm able to leg into three ESs, but I know that I get the direction right, I will have a pretty good trade. Okay, I don't know if that's pretty clear, but that's a mentality between having good entries and playing the spreads. So hope that helps. Here we are, January 7th. So we had some news here on US non-farm payrolls. Been scalping with spreads. Um, it's 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern here. So I'll just quickly show you guys my results as of now. So I've got a couple of trades. This is my regular broker account. I'll be probably trading the Apex funded account after 9:30. It is Friday, so I try to generally get things done earlier and not have to overtrade. I tend to lose focus on Fridays, so I just want to make sure that I'm not over trading. So here we've got, a market that's basically done a new low here on ES around the 4670s. Even with the good news, I think the forecast was higher and the results were actually better than expected, right? So if we go back quickly here, so yeah, non-farm payrolls and it's US, so they were expecting 450, which came out to 199, which is okay. I mean, I guess previous was 210, and again, even with, I mean, okay news on economy, the market made a new low. So it kind of shows you how market's really just a bit weak here, beginning of the year 2022. So as you all know, I've been experimenting, uh, TICKSTRIKE as well. So this is the main panel on TICKSTRIKE here, which obviously doesn't have the stocks working at the moment because the market has not opened yet. I basically wanted to trade the US non-farm payrolls news here. That's something I just wanted to point out. So let's see if we can get another trade here. It's just, the volatility has dried up here. I think with crude opening up, I think it's going to be a bit slower now. So the way the ratios work, I think I explained this briefly in the last several videos. Again, in the overnight here, this is 3 ESs versus one Nasdaq. So the ES portions, like 3 ESs, that's like the basic ratio I always keep, knowing that Nasdaq is just a bit more volatile in general. So it's 3 ES versus 1 Nasdaq here, and then I'll just put this one back, and if I show you the vice versa, this is 1 NQ to 3 ESs. Obviously, it's just the inverse correlation, right? So here with the spike on the news, basically my 3 ESs did overcome the volatility on the 3 ESs was higher. This does not give you the direction, guys. You need to really understand that because it's like if it was a magical indicator telling you, okay, well, just buy or sell. No, it's basically telling you that the correlation, the ratio between the two indices. And the reason why I do that is, let's say I'm planning to, again here it's a bit slow here, but I'm planning to buy NQ, let's say, for at 708. Let's say I'm just being very cautious and willing to buy this area here, the 98s, right? Again, I always look at value on the tape, and we've got value probably around the 10s here. So what you could do is, if you're going to put an order here at 10s, I would not buy the 10s because we just got a shift of value here around the 13s. Basically, if 13s is value, I want to buy that, right? That's approximately a 5-point move from where the market is currently. So when you recenter, you always want to look at how far Nasdaq goes, let's say. But again, what helps is understanding that Nasdaq on a ratio, it's actually moving higher, which means the volatility on Nasdaq is a bit higher compared to ES. Okay, so that's pretty much like the basics. Again, it's a different style of trading, but it's really cool when, let's say, I want to buy 813s, right? And I screw up and my entry was terrible. I can go and hedge on ES. It kind of gives you a indication of what you want to do. Here we've got NQ that's tickling my entry, which did not work out because it kind of stalled right there, right? Let's see if we got a new shift of value here, which is not good because then I could pull my order out. Although with this volatility, I think that entry would have been not too bad. It still went through me a bit. So now you see my entry would have been bad, and I would go and hedge on ES. But ES is really not moving at the moment. So what you would have to do is you want to maybe play ES 3 contracts versus 1 NQ, because knowing that the NQ ratio is, basically NQ is kind of leading when it comes to the ratios. So that's kind of like a quick view of how you could do that. It's a totally different style of trading, but it's really cool. I kind of like it when there's good volatility and you're able to hedge your core position with another one. That's how I actually ended up making some good profits this morning as well. Uh, so basically, the trades will actually come right after my commentary here. So I was not talking when I was taking the trades. So sorry for that. What I'll do is I'll just show you guys the couple of trades I did there, and the trades will come on a separate portion of this video here. I'm trying to keep the videos a bit shorter. I know it's around 40 to 45 minutes at the moment, so I have to kind of go and edit some portions, but I captured a good chunk uh, of the news and when it came out, and the volatility was pretty good as usual. So I'll keep it at that. This is January 7th, 9:12 a.m. here Eastern. Markets will be opening up in 15 minutes, and I will end the recording right here. I hope this helps. Enjoy your day.